Welcome, everybody, back to Golden Squad. I know it's been a while for us, even though for the listeners, it's going to just be like, oh, normal 2-week gap. But for the rest of us, it's been, 2 months?
Oh,
yeah,
gosh.
feels like a while.
Yeah, so we're going to give a little bit more in-depth recap on this session. And I guess we'll do introductions. I used to do that all the time. And why not, right? I'm the host and creator, I guess. Luke. I'm also the GM. It's important. And then we have Jade, played by Kristen.
Hello?
We have Zach, played by Justin.
Yeah.
We have the mysterious Edward.
Hello.
And we also have Callum, but he is hiding right now, and he'll say hi in a little bit.
So sneaky.
Played by Alex. It's important, I guess, too. Yeah, they're the crew. They're Golden Squad. And previously, a lot happened. So the last session we did was a huge knowledge dump. So you guys just pretty much sat and listened to me talk for like 2 hours. And I told you all about the memories of Jeff because you now have a device that can read them. And then in addition to that, there were a few things that came up in the news and things like that because you guys are all wanted fugitives now. So that's fun.
We're no longer the good guys.
Yeah. You can still be Golden Squad, but that's just like your gang name now.
In the eye of the public, I guess we're no longer good guys.
Well, you're infamous to some degree, but there's some people who still hold you in high esteem. Okay, I think 4 episodes ago or something like that, you guys fought with Jeff, and you won the fight. You knocked him out and kidnapped him right out from Phi headquarters. And when you were escaping, you ran into Jiffy on your escape, and he was luckily knocked out by who you initially thought was just hardware. It turned out to be a Sunny hardware hybrid, which you have renamed into Sunware.
Sounds like a sunscreen.
Right? Sunwear. SPF 1000. And with his help, you were able to escape New York, like Kurt Russell. And you got some help from Nigel on your way out. He set up some safe houses for you. You kind of bounced around a little bit and ended up in a safe house that was off the grid a little bit. So you were able to take your time in building a device to read the file that you have on Jeff's memories. Back home, Tommy and Nigel were taken into custody by Phi. And you learned quite a bit about who's been behind a lot of the things that have been going on around, I guess, the world. Okay, so here's that list, because this was the majority of the episode. So you found out that the people that you were looking for, the people that were deceiving you, was mainly Jeff. And Jeff had been working with one of his main direct reports, Harry, and also with the CEO of the company called Frylox, who's the pharmaceutical prison company. Don't tell me how those things are related, but they built the powered prison, and they also provide a lot of like pharmaceutical and lab supplies for Frylox provides those for Fry. And the CEO's name is Dennis Fritz. And you found out that Dennis is responsible for the explosion of new powered people around the world because he introduced something into his vaccines that he has distributed for free around the world in the mid-'80s sometime. And he'd also been upgrading, I guess you could call it, the vaccine. It made it more lethal to cause more side effects, I should say. It did increase the death rate too, so I guess more lethal is accurate, but he's been tinkering with it to try to get more powered people as an outcome of getting vaccinated. You found out that Harry, and if you don't remember, Harry's power is like mathematical forethought. In fact, forethought is his Sunny generated name, and he can think think on what's statistically likely. So that's his power, and he was responsible for, if you remember in way back in Arc 4 or 5, there was the bomb diffusing scenes, and one of the bombs just vanished. All of them blew up or were diffused, except one. It was just not there at all. That happened to be Harry's bomb. He was able to defuse it and move it somewhere else, and actually took it to the prison and orchestrated the drugging of Danielle and Hannah so that they could break open the prison with the bomb. So Harry is responsible for that jailbreak, as well as the drugging of Hannah and Danielle. And you found out that Jeff has basically been misleading you guys pretty heavily ever since you showed him the poem He'd been working with Harry to determine what you guys were going to do and try to make you guys believe that they were the good guys. For example, they gave you that clip of Gregory playing chess with Andrea.
Mm-hmm.
Gregory suggests that Danielle is the queen. That clip was given to you by Harry indirectly to mislead you.
Bastard.
Yeah. And it was basically all he did was crop off the end of it that gave a little bit more detail into who they was actually talked about in that. You saw a segment where Jeff had learned something from Dennis that was super surprising, but that section didn't make it into the recording. The conversation between Jeff and Dennis went something like, "That's why you're doing all this? I don't believe it," or something along those lines. And so whatever he saw converted Jeff to like support Dennis. Callum had a few theories. I think Callum spat out that he was either like precognizant or he was from the future or something like that. That Dennis was. Dennis appears to be the one giving orders to both Jeff and Harry, and he has some special plans in place for pretty much all of the like big players, so including you guys and Danielle. And he instituted a rule both at Phi and everywhere that they work with that no matter what, their goal should be to prevent the death of any powered people for any reason. It's what led to keeping the guy who tried to kill the president and take over the country in the early years, keep him at prison instead of like execute him. So that guy is still around. In fact, he escaped from jail. There's a brief scene where Jeff introduced the portal maker guy to someone else, but the visuals cut out, so you couldn't see who it was. But he introduced the guy who goes to different Earth dimensions or whatever, to somebody else. Harry foresaw Zach snooping into Jeff's history. So there was a half episode that only Zach was a part of, where Zach was hacking Danielle to figure out more about her past. And he got the idea to also hack Jeff. And Jeff turned out cleaner than he should have been because they prepared for Zach's hack attack in advance. I don't know if you knew this or not, Justin, but there was a very high bar that you were one away from meeting. And I remember telling you, I was like, we have to do this because your actions here will determine the rest of the campaign. If you had rolled one higher than you had rolled in that session and one of the rolls, you would have caught that Jeff had been hiding all this stuff.
Yeah.
So, and that was like 6 or so sessions before you guys found out. So it was close to being revealed then. They threw in some doubt into your hacks because they knew that you were a good hacker, so they'd been planning for this basically ever since you told them about the poem. They'd been planting evidence there, knowing that it's a decent chance that you were going to try eventually. For several, I guess, weeks, Danielle was in Frylock's, sedated from the drug that Jade gave her. And then, miraculously, we see Danielle give a press conference saying that she's recovered and she's ready to get back to her duties. So she releases a press conference. You guys seemed skeptical that it was actually Danielle. There was a thought that it might have been Morph or Earth 4 Danielle, but who knows? Fence gave you details that he has an inside guy at Frylock's, and that the inside guy noted there are random patrols that go by Frylock's on some unknown interval, and that patrol sometimes includes Hannah. That if you guys try to go to Frylock's, there's a chance that Hannah may show up and remove your powers.
Okay.
And Dennis has a secret base in the basement of Frylock's that Jeff had visited several times that has a fat countdown timer on the wall. It has been there for many years. It has been counting down to a date that is now only several days away. So maybe like 2 weeks left. So there's 2 weeks left on this countdown timer. No mention of what it's for. And there was also a mention of a contingency plan that Harry was telling Jeff about, but the audio cut out before you could hear any details about what the contingency is. So there is some backup plan that they have for something. And yeah, I think that's most of the details you got from the last session. My 20 bullet points that I had to go through. And where you're sitting now, you have Jeff drugged and unconscious in a safe house. You have this memory device that you'd been digging through, and you have contacts with Fence and Sunwear available to you. SPF 1000.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'll even give you this. They announced that the people, the like manhunt for you guys had started, and woman hunt has started for the four of you. It included Fence too, so Fence is also wanted, but they don't know where he is, and he has a criminal network, so he's a little bit harder to find. And the people looking for you right now, so like this is like a TV clip or something that you guys see. You see Janie on TV announcing the manhunt, because Jeff would normally be announcing this, but you have Jeff, so Janie's kind of second in command after Jeff. As long as, well, this is before Danielle does her announcement. And she announces that like her team is going to be searching for you to prevent conflict of interest. Anyone that has worked with you in the past is not going to be on the hunt. So every time anyone you've ever asked for help is not coming.
Fair enough.
Mechanic-wise, I guess this is the cost that you paid for getting help earlier.
What help had we already requested?
So anyone that you've worked, so for example, Gabe, Tin Peaks, who else have you asked for help? JJ, Minotaur, none of them are going to be looking for you. They're all like confined to Phi.
Okay.
So the people that are looking for is no one that you've ever asked for help. I think that's everything.
Do your notes have the plan that we were concocting at the end of the last session? Because it has been a while for us.
No, I do not have that. You guys were talking about what you should do. Oh yeah, and there's another piece I want to add to, because the whole reveal with Jeff was in the middle of, it was like at the end of a different arc. So another whole storyline that you guys haven't stepped down is your nemesis.
Right.
So you know the locations of Mary Miller, Void, and Jonathan Martin. They have a warehouse where they are manufacturing stuff with Project Gemini, and they have this huge security detail that they were defending it with. You were able to extract this from Jonathan's memories before you got kicked out of Phi. So you know that location too. You have a little bit less support than you used to have, but that's one thing that you can do.
Oh, I don't know that we're in a position to go seek out the nemesis at the moment. Like, they're kind of just going to get away with whatever. We're in much deeper right now.
You can always go and seek out Incredible Jake. He's a bigger threat.
He's such a threat.
Believe it or not, I got a request from someone to play Incredible Jake. Like, they wanted to be that character. Just like, what? Want to be Incredible Jake? Yeah, it was pretty funny.
It's funny. Silly people.
I'm trying to think about if there's anything I missed. There was so much details that I gave you. That's the gist of what you heard about.
Did we already cover the plan we had made?
That's what I was
you're
asking.
Back. No, you did not. Are you recording?
I don't know what you're talking about. I've been here this whole time.
Of course. I'm just 5
being
beats
secretive.
behind the conversation. Yeah.
Yeah. Pay no attention to the man behind the green screen.
No, I do not remember the plan from last time.
We were assaulting the complex that was holding...
Yeah, but some different details have been kind of disclosed at this point too, though.
So yeah, the inside man told you that there are patrols that involve Hannah. And that might throw a wrench in your plan.
Yeah, that definitely does. Right, so Hannah's patrolling so like if we go, she might shut off our powers just because she's patrolling.
Right. The patrol interval is random, and there's multiple patrols, and they try to keep the identity of the people in the patrols as
secret,
hidden as they could. So you don't know if the patrol includes Hannah
your
or
inside
not.
Man or not.
Yeah, until you get within range, basically. I guess a benefit would be she has a pretty decent range, so you'll know if you're close to her, especially if your power is somewhat subtle. Like Zach's vision theft would be a good one to use, since it actually has a subtle element.
Okay, if I can remember right, I think we were talking about like following up there to get Danielle out, because we assumed that Danielle was not the person on the screen.
She would be on our side and could help vouch for our like good intentions in taking Jeff out.
Yeah, and she might have a whole like counter movement figured out, because that's maybe why they shut her down to begin with, for whatever they're about to enact. So we could not get confirmation from Fence on whether or not Danielle was in the complex?
No, he did not. He has the like location, like the floor, I guess, that she has on identified, but it's super restricted. So his inside man was not able to get access to the floor, but he has a location of where the floor is.
Okay. Yeah, so we just don't know. Okay, and then I thought we had that was one thing that we were planning out last time, and then there was
That sounds familiar.
most likely the idea of what to do with Jeff. I think I even had some contingency to Putin was going to take us in over in Russia potentially.
Oh yes, that I want to mention that too. That did come up. So there were messages that came up to you on I don't know, the dark web or some place that you could talk to, Russia, was it SES? And they basically said if you come here, we can provide transportation to you. If you want your sub back here, we can get you back here, and we'll take you in. So you're welcome in Russia if you want. If you want extraction from the U.S., Russia will take you in.
Can't we get Hannah? Wouldn't Zach or Edward be able to get Hannah because they have those guns? Maybe we could get Hannah, take her far away, and tie her up somewhere so we can use our powers. So we can use our powers to get Danielle.
Oh my goodness. Wait, okay.
I don't hate that. For her own protection, take her out of the equation.
I mean, you just recommended us using guns, and she's 80, right? I don't...
So what?
Yeah.
So she needs to I don't know.
Yeah.
She needs to not be in our way.
So you're proposing maybe we stake out the complex until we see Hannah, and then we just bum rush her and try to kidnap her?
Yeah, and go tie her to a tree far away or something.
So I will mention this. Sunwear, if you guys do not recall, his power is integrating with technology.
Right, and he's not affected. Part of him is not affected by her.
Yes,
as far as
anything
what we
he's
learned
integrated.
In the games.
Yes, anything integrated with Sunwear is not affected by Hannah's power. So if he has a jetpack, for example, that would still work.
So we could strap a jetpack to her, or he has a jetpack.
Yeah,
he has a jetpack. He could run in and grab her and fly away if you wanted.
I see.
Right.
So we'd send him in to kindly escort her away.
And we have that. Also, you were talking about as far as us trying to get around outside of the safe house. There's this whole drone network and all this stuff.
Yeah. So getting into New York, there's a drone network. So flying in is kind of off the table.
Yeah.
To New York.
Okay, so we can't just fly in. Would the fence be willing to try to take Hannah out for us? If that was if he could kidnap Hannah for us?
Be very careful with your terms here.
I mean, kidnap.
What do you mean? On a date? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's a favor we might ask to call in to see because if he removes Hannah from the equation for us, which could be pretty costly, then we could get in there. And I mean, it would really suck if Danielle wasn't even in there, but it seems like it's on super lockdown, so she probably is.
Yeah, and we'll tell him to kindly remove her and take her far away and keep her somewhere.
Can we have that conversation just to see if that's even an option before we go any further?
To see if Fence can, lead an assault to get Hannah?
Yeah, I don't know if there's a clever way of doing it or if that's feasible, if he can get Hannah out of the equation. Obviously, we don't want to kill her, we just want to get her away.
Okay, so I'm guessing Jade is going to be having this conversation because Fence is her friend.
Ooh, Jade.
Yeah. Yep, that's me.
Okay, let's do it.
Alrighty. So, hi, Fence. How's it going?
Tiny, my favorite teleporter.
Nice to hear from you. Oh.
Yeah. How's fugitive life treating you?
You know me. Always up to no good.
That's what I always liked about you.
I have a question for you. Maybe a favor. Or I guess it is a favor. We need to extract somebody from... Where is this place at?
Frylox?
Frylox? Frylox. and keep them safe far away from Frylox. Should I tell him why? I don't know if I should tell him why.
He doesn't need to know why.
Okay. Until we get back to you about
Is this about
a
Danielle?
mission. Yeah,
Who are
we
we
have a mission.
extracting?
We want you to extract Hannah. So, yeah, not Danielle. Extract Hannah.
Hannah.
She's a little old lady.
She is. They've been shuttling her in and out pretty randomly, from what it sounds like from my man. There is one thing that I've noticed about their path, and it's due to the fact that Hannah has to be at the prison. They're random, but there is set paths between those two that have to happen. I think we can do it, but we might need someone with powers to help us. So maybe we set a trap along the path between the prison and Frylox, and once we know she's in that path, we can ambush. But we need someone with powers to know when she's there.
You need a canary.
I was going to say, like, nobody's power would really work.
Exactly. That's how we know.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Once the powers die, then they know
That
that
makes sense.
she's nearby.
So, okay. Yeah, we can do that. Send one of us.
But the problem with this plan, once they know that Hannah's gone, we have maybe 15 minutes before that Frylox goes on lockdown. They're going to know that she's missing. Unless you
Okay.
know another old lady that can take her place.
We do.
Morph?
No, we swap her out for one in an alternate dimension. And she wouldn't have her
That's-
powers.
We don't have.
You do. There is Hannah that made the transit.
She came through,
Earth 4 Hannah is in this world.
but she doesn't have her powers manifested.
She never got the injection.
What was the last update on her?
She was at Phi. They had brought her, Gregory, and Danielle over from Earth 4.
She just wanted to go home, right?
Yes.
So this could be a way we could help her get home.
You help us take this guy out, you get home.
I want to mention, like, it may sound like I'm leading you guys somewhere. I did not plan any of this. This is a really good plan. I did not intend this.
Yeah, we're pretty smart over here.
It definitely sounds like he's leading us, and now he let us know so that we'd feel more safe for this.
When I said, like, there's another old lady to take her place, I had forgotten that Hannah was here. So I was like, oh, that is a good... There is literally an exact duplicate of that person. Yeah.
And Callum tried extra hard to please her and like keep her comfortable while she was getting tossed around by Jeff's plan.
Phi. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So either she hates Callum or she trusts Callum.
She knows that I'm on her side and want her best interests at heart.
Yeah, so we
So all you have to do is plan a kidnapping on a road and replace her with some person that's also in the building that once you caught. Easy.
got to go to Phi, which they're all on high alert to find us.
I don't know if we need to go to Phi.
Isn't that where she is?
That's where Hannah is. Or that's at least the last place you saw her.
And then we'll
Maybe
Get
Sunwear
there.
knows.
tell her our plan. We could
Mhm.
send Sunwear to get her.
Except he knocked out Jiffy. So
Oh.
So they know.
okay.
He doesn't know who knocked him out.
maybe. That's true.
Maybe we'd roll for that.
There are other speedsters.
So that is a choice. You could send Sunwear for that. But then Sunwear is also your get Earth 5 Hannah away. So he can't be in both places.
This Earth 5 Hannah, right? Like we would have to work with her in advance to set her up to be like in position and play
So
the part.
you guys are Earth 5 Hannah. Earth 5 Hannah is the one with powers.
or
Earth
sorry.
4 Hannah.
Yeah. So the other Hannah with no powers, like we would have to get her on board so that she could play the part.
So
Which
we
is
were talking about
dubious.
sending Callum to do that because we think that she would trust Callum the most.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's sort of like I feel like we need to talk with her first to make sure that that she's even going to play the part. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
that's
for
why
sure.
we would send Callum.
Talk to her.
Let's too bad you destroyed that helmet. You could have just been like, oh, no, you don't want to? Now you're going to. Listen to me.
Okay, we're not... Jeez,
Hey, we're not the bad
like
guys
that.
here. We don't do that. Fudge.
We're
We're just
morally
going to kidnap
ambiguous.
this other old lady and,
That's morally
We're not going
corrupt.
to kidnap her. We're going to ask her to assist us so she can get home.
the other one.
Yeah, okay. Well, we are going to be kidnapping an old lady, but she's a bad old lady.
Well, I mean, she's at least
Tie her to a tree.
She's on the wrong side, whether she intends to be or not, and so this is a temporary solution to that problem.
Yeah.
Ooh, wrong side, huh?
Are we the baddies?
Right. Are we the baddies?
Well, we are talking to a criminal right now to help us out.
Yeah, I suppose so.
But he's a cool criminal, so.
And then there's the other issue of you have an unconscious Jeff with you too. So you are gonna ditch him, or
Didn't I make an automatic release of the sedative? I think we had a whole. It must have been 2 sessions ago. I think.
Yeah,
and
this
I
is
made
now
this
months and months.
yeah.
It was like an automatic release or whatever on his dose that he.
Well, I'm not
needed.
saying like he'll wake up if you leave him, but
Okay.
you would have
He would be
nobody
unguarded,
guarding him. Yeah.
Well, no,
Okay.
somebody can stay behind.
Who?
I don't know.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so speaking of this plan,
Zach.
we've got
Tommy
Zach.
Slav.
Zach is going to be used to test the powers, right? With my subtle power of perception, I can know when Hannah's nearby, right? So there's that. So Zach needs to be in place for that. So I need to be in place for that. So Zach is used up. Callum is. Well, okay, I think it's a second step though, like 'cause it's a whole separate step to get the powerless Hannah out of Phi. So that doesn't coincide with kidnapping the powered Hannah, right?
I mean, it kind of has to, because you have 15 minutes between the kidnapping of the other Hannah, of your Hannah, or five
Oh,
Hannah.
because they'll suspect similarly. I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll lock down the building if Hannah doesn't show up within a few minutes.
If either Hannah, I mean, assuming they're keeping tabs on powerless Hannah. Also,
I would
no.
assume.
Yeah.
if they may have given her why haven't they given her the serum anyway, so that they don't even have to do this back and forth?
They may have. You don't know.
Well, she would still need to develop her power enough to imbue a prisoner with it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Unless she's just literally going to sit in the prison for the rest of her life, so there's that too. Okay, yeah, we'd have like that 15-minute window. That seems crazy, because how are you going to convince this other Hannah to go along with your plan, all odds against you, and all of the propaganda being, pushed toward her about who we are in a world she's not familiar with, right? This seems kind of like a stretch. If only we had the Russians and Morph on our side.
Morph is in jail.
This plan is getting better.
You know where Morph is.
You want to go break Morph out of prison? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know, man.
I don't think that's a better plan.
No. Oh my goodness.
I could stay with Jeff, or maybe I could go to the building and teleport inside to get Danielle. And Edward can stay with?
Unless Hannah shows up while you're there.
Well, no, I mean, assuming that everything is planned out right, we would be kidnapping the Hannah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Fence would kidnap.
So it'd be Fence and Zach take Earth 5 Hannah.
Can you just say powered Hannah?
Powered Hannah.
Yeah.
Callum convinces unpowered Hannah
To join our cause.
to join you to prevent the lockdown of Frylox, and Jade and Callum and unpowered Hannah are leading an assault there. Or maybe it's an infiltration. Maybe you go in stealth.
Yeah, something like that.
Hold on. So, is this even? How did Vence tell us how long powered Hannah is gone when she goes to the prison anyway?
It's literally like they have some random generator or something like that. So they don't know. They've been measuring when she shows up, and it's sometimes it's an hour, sometimes it's 5 hours, sometimes it's a full day. They weren't able to. It was different every single time.
Well, okay, but sure, but once she goes to the prison, she's got to spend a certain amount of time because she has to imbue the prisoners.
Oh, gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So if we
Yes.
know when she's not at Frylock's, if
How long she spends at the prison?
it's as long as we know she's not at Frylock's, I say that's when we make our move, because she's gonna be at the prison at that point. Then it's just
Okay.
a matter of not alerting them so that she doesn't come back to Frylock's. You know what I mean? I think this whole idea of getting the unpowered Hannah seems far-fetched to me. I don't know, guys. I feel like it would be a hard sell in 15.
That's fair. We don't have to. It was just an idea of just like commenting we could actually do that.
Yeah.
Not that it is a good idea to do it.
The intervals that I just gave were the time between Hannah showing up. So there was one time where she left for literally an hour and then came back. So she never returned to the prison between that interval. Just left and then came back to Frylock's. There was one where she was gone for 5 hours and presumably went back to the prison then. Fence is monitoring Frylock's, not the prison, so he doesn't know where she went. And then one time she was gone for a whole day, and that one almost certainly went to the prison.
So you want to do a stakeout or something?
I'm just thinking
Oh.
we...
Frylock?
Yeah, and, well...
That's kind of what Fence is doing already.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
maybe the fence can let us know when she leaves, and then we can...
Fence isn't powered, right?
it would have to let us know when she leaves.
What?
Because I can subtly test when my power comes back, or subtly test when my... That's what we were talking about. Like, because I have a subtlety power, I can let us know when it is or isn't working, thereby letting us know when she is or is not nearby.
I think the theory here is that she may leave and not go very far and then come back. So you don't know if she's actually gone or not.
Yeah. Okay. I
So
don't know.
with a power person there, you know that she's actually gone.
Yeah.
I'm thinking if she's gone for like an hour, it's just a matter of how fast she can get back. What's our plan? Okay, so she's gone. Say she's gone. Based on Fence's report, what does it look like to get in there?
Security-wise,
Yeah.
heavily defended. Upwards of 50 guards, and Phi is on retainer to show up as soon as they get an alert. And Phi is only a few minutes away. So expect every door locked and each of the guards defending the choke points, and Phi to show up within 2 or 3 minutes.
See, if
Less
we got the
for-
fake Hannah, she could walk us into Frylock's, and we'd still have our powers.
How would she walk us in there?
Well, because they know her?
This might be a Hannah has been rolling with a crew of guards. She's not by herself. Especially, yeah, Hannah would never go anywhere by herself because she's too frail.
Oh man, this is getting wild. But okay, after hearing about all those defenses, the next option that kind of pops into my head, since he reminded us of our nemesis, is tackling Mary Miller and getting that technology to
Phase
phase
tech.
through walls.
It exists.
Ooh, see, that's a good
technology
idea.
can't be suppressed by.
Right.
Yeah.
I like that idea a lot. And we know where they're at too, don't we?
Yes, and they're only guarded by bad
Void.
guys. They
They're
got Void,
easy to beat up.
Mary, and Jonathan Martin, who doesn't have powers.
Okay, so we send Jaden, and she promises Void a date, 1-to-1. Okay, he's out of the equation. And then we have Jonathan Martin and Mary Miller, right?
Yeah.
So you're just using my body?
You're using your body.
You're whoring me out?
No, I mean, a little, yes, but no.
They also have a decent-sized defense force, but they only have 2 powered people. It's only... Mary Miller is not technically even powered. So it's Mary Miller and Void. Jonathan Martin, he doesn't have powers, but he... From his memories, you saw that he hired a decently sized defense force. So they're like a PMC outfit that guards it. But they do not know that you know.
I like this idea. I like this idea a lot.
Okay. Well, that was a fun conversation. On to this idea.
So we break into their compound, beat them all up, kill him if necessary, and steal his hat.
Jeez.
Leave no witnesses, right? That's what we were talking about?
There is one issue in that you do not have a great way of dealing with Mary. Like, if she phases, the only thing that you are able to do to deal with that was having Zach
Gravity
invent
power.
something to deal with it. It worked somewhat. It didn't let you hurt her, it just let you control what she could walk on. It didn't do any damage.
I just need to invent the thing again.
Right, yeah. But remember, the thing has one-time use.
What does that mean in the scope of, like, does that mean we can just take it on the mission and we're good?
Yeah,
or-
you can take it with you, but you activate it, and it does one thing, and then it stops working forever.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to, like, dephase her or something, so, like, for example, you build a dephaser or something like that.
Yeah.
If you miss your single golden bullet, it now doesn't do anything.
Hmm.
Or you could, like, build maybe a weaker version each, so you each have a single golden taser or something. But it would be one-time use.
Yeah, I mean, we'd probably want to have that available to each of us, so if each of us gets the chance to unphase her, I don't think it would take much after that to knock her out, but that would be key. Inventing a little dephasing device for each of us, then that gives us 4 chances to unphase her if needed. I think those are decent odds.
But remember, there's a few things that you're working against here. You can build as advanced of a devices that you'd like. The penalty is time. How
Don't we
long
have
would you
time?
like to spend? Yeah, you have as much time as you want. You
Well-
could spend a ton of time just developing really, really advanced super Gatling guns each. But you're all wanted, and like there's other pieces that come into play. There's a timer counting down 14 days on a wall that you don't know what it does. You don't know what it's counting down to.
But that's right, that timer.
What is this time? I forgot about this. What is this?
It's in
There's
Dennis's,
secret
room.
lair.
yeah.
14 days and counting.
We know about this from Jeff's direct memory of seeing this thing. We just
So
don't know what it
take
does.
as long as you want. You can create as many devices as you want with your invention, but the cost is time.
Maybe we just need to grab Dennis and ask him what the hell this thing is.
Dennis is at Frylux. He's the CEO.
I mean, like, opportunity there, so if we don't find Danielle, we can grab Dennis. I still say we go forward with pouncing on Mary Miller. I feel like we have a damn good chance of outfitting Jade with a device to dephase her, because Jade can teleport right on top of her and just, like, tap her with it or whatever it takes. And then from there,
like Void
Jade can
steps
just, like, knock her out in a single elbow attack, you know what I mean? Like, Mary Miller's a basic, right? She's got basic defenses, right?
Yeah.
Jade
she's
would womp on
normie.
her. Yeah.
She uses weapons and technology for her attacks. And
I'd put my money on that, you know, like Jade teleporting on top of her, dephasing her and knocking her out in a blow or two, like with
unless
her fist.
Void turns out the lights.
Unless Void turns out the lights, which is why we. You think he would do that and she would just run? She would probably just run, huh? Mary Miller.
Mary Miller.
If she couldn't see.
No, well, Void doesn't have to do it to her, right? Or does he have to? He has to AoE everything?
Is Void's power selective? That is a good question. Let me pull up my character.
And of course, we would retroactively know this.
Have you been hit by Void's power? I think you have.
Yeah, we have, yeah. Because otherwise, then we have to have some plan where, like, I don't know, Callum just flies in like a grappling attack and just grapples Void and flies away, and Void turns out the lights, but they're just flying off together, and then we deal with Mary Miller.
I'm okay with that.
So, how's it going? Let go of me!
Yeah.
I can show you the world.
He can't even see.
Yeah. I can show you blackness.
Oh my god.
I've blinded you. You can't see anything.
This is so romantic.
While we have a moment, I do want to talk about the fact that me and our glorious GM were moving a couch, and we had the discussion of who would be the best person to use while moving. I'm interested to hear everyone's takes on that.
In this group, It depends on what you're moving, right? I mean, because I could definitely see it. How many books can you float at one time, Edward?
Multiple, I believe, and so that might help.
What level's your bibliokinesis? Is what level? I think that's how many books it is.
That's a good question. Let me see. That should
You can teleport like a ton.
This is what I was going to
Yeah,
ask. I think
was-
Jade might be better than me because she can teleport things.
As long as you're not going like up internal stairs and like, because then you have to be like one flight at a time. Just doof, 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 doof.
I guess that's true.
I have 7 ranks in bibliotelekinesis.
7 books simultaneously.
And then my platform flight, though, is only rank 3. I don't know if the 2...
That's just like your speed. So you sit on one of the books and you have 6 carry the couch or whatever.
So anyways, it was a very interesting topic of conversation for the fact that it was like, there is very, very specific cases where each person might actually be better than the other.
I mean, Zach's would maybe be invention based.
You would just invent things to solve the problem, which would be cool.
Like you did in the...
And it would take like days just to invent it.
When do you need this by? Give me like a week. I got you.
Oh my god.
Most people know they're moving, you know.
Yeah,
Don't,
hey, Zach,
like
I
they
need
don't
help
just
moving
ask
this
for
weekend.
help and like the day before.
We're doing it right now. Can you get here?
How are we feeling about this plan, everyone? Are we okay with this?
I'm excited. for
Phasers.
this.
Punch everyone that
I think
beat us up in the past and then go save the person by bypassing all the security?
my money's on Jade knocking out Mary Miller. I feel like once we have the wall phasing tech, we could do so many missions with that.
Yeah, true. I'm down.
Good.
Void, no selective. So he will affect everybody in his vision, or in his cloud, not just the ones he chooses. So if Mary Miller is in that area, she will be affected too. I don't know if that changes your plan at all.
I mean, I think that knowing that increases our understanding of how to execute, and it just means that we have more confidence in stopping her.
Okay.
Yeah, we know where they are, but yeah, the plan will definitely, I think we should have Callum just grab Void and go.
Okay. He has a chance to resist that as well. A grab check is based on strength.
I can give invent Callum a glove, give him some strength.
To increase his strength.
Mm-hmm. How's that? You get a grappling glove?
Okay, so yeah, like it's your guys' heist. I'll have heist music playing when this. How are you gonna assault this compound? From the memory of Jonathan Miller, it's basically a manufacturing warehouse. Like Project Gemini is sitting in the middle, just manufacturing some cancer drugs that they're selling for just astronomical amounts of money. It's guarded by probably 30 armed assault rifle guards. Jonathan has an office there. He's not really the social type, so he just kind of stays in his office all day. Mary Miller seemed to patrol as well. She has an office as well, but she's not there as much as Jonathan is. She almost constantly wears her tech though, so finding her without it would be rare. She is also armed. Well, okay, we'll say this. It appears as though from the memory. Ooh, why not let the dice decide? Let's do Zach roll insight.
Okay. My insight is a +7. Rolling. Hey, that's a 9 plus 7 is again a 16.
It appears that she has upgraded her suit in some way. It looks a little bit different than the last time you saw her. So she has a full body jumpsuit, and she has a mask that she has, but she typically wears it as more of a beanie. So it's not. She can pull it down to cover her face, but she usually doesn't. And it looks a little bit different than the last time you saw it. So there's something new to it.
Mask she's wearing?
Now the mask looks similar. Mask is not the new part. So if you don't recall, the way it looked before, it's like a full body jumpsuit, and it has wires that are flush with the suit that reach out to the different extremities. I'm trying to think of a good example. I can think of an example, but it's obscure a little bit. So I'm like, did you guys watch Legends of Tomorrow? Kind of a bad DC.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
If you can think of the NASA cooling suits a little bit, so the suits that they wear under astronaut big spacesuits. They have those little like cooling suits that have the tubes that go back and forth along the extremities to keep you cool. A little bit like that. So it has like various circuitries that go down the sleeves and down the legs.
Okay.
And it has some that like they stop at the neck, but that mask also has some on it as well. Yeah, and then the activator, as you saw before, was on the wrist. So she had a wrist dial that she turned in order to activate the phasing. And then Void is also on patrol. He plays more of a role like a guard, but he's blind, so he's a little bit easier to pick out.
Okay, so she has this wrist thing that activates her phasing.
Yeah. And all she has to really do is touch it.
We're just wondering if we damage it. We want to be able to duplicate this technology, if possible.
Well, that's on site too.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Just throw it right in.
Yep.
And then we could get bracers for the whole team. And then we have a strike team.
Okay, so I guess we should move quickly to the invention stage because we want to do this thing. And I've got to invent two things. I need to invent the grappling gloves for Callum. And I need to invent the device or the thing that Jade can use to disable her phasing. Mary Miller's phasing.
Okay. Do you remember how invention works?
Well, no, yeah, we'll have to go over that briefly, but I'm thinking like I want the thing that I make for Jade to be able to have like multiple uses or just make multiple of the thing. Whatever it is, it should just have multiple uses so she has multiple chances.
Okay. So let's get into power design. Okay, so you can have it do whatever you want. I mean, within the world of like, there's no time travel watch or whatever. But if you wanted to like increase strength or dephase something, like that's all valid uses for invention. You just have to assign because the points determine how long it takes. So, like, what do you want it to do? I guess, and then we'll start assigning points.
Okay, let's start with the easy invention for Callum, and I
Strength.
can work. Yeah, we'll work together. Okay, so is it only strength that Callum will need to grapple and fly away with Void?
To grapple, I think grab check is just you're going to do a
Contesting.
fighting roll,
Yeah,
and then a
fighting.
contested strength.
Mm.
Fighting
it-
for the initial like grab on, and then strength to control the other person. So a fighting roll would be like, do you actually grab them or do they like juke out of your way? And then strength to be able to take them where you want to take them. So I guess in Callum's case, it would be like they grab onto something and they're not able to come with you. You try to pull them away and they grab onto something.
A screaming child.
Yeah, no! Candy!
Stranger danger. It's not bedtime. I don't know you.
Oh my god. Okay.
That's my purse.
It's not
Thank you.
bedtime. I don't know you. I need that on a shirt.
That can be the official Golden Squad shirt.
Oh my god. Oh no. Okay, so.
We'll sell them at cons one day.
Oh.
If we wanted to end up at cons, we picked the wrong game format to do that. The wrong
Really promote ourselves
Also,
out there.
for it to be called like Golden Squad and that's what's on the shirt, like I.
Yeah.
Okay. The things we spend our time talking about. Yeah, man. So, Callum, you know you better. What's your fighting and strength, and if you think you have anything else to contribute here to this sort of plan with your powers?
The grappling is going to be probably really easy for me. I have improved grapple, so that's, I think, a pretty decent use of it. My strength is, I was just pulling it up, a 2, which is like probably one of the weaker ones of my stats. So strength or agility, but I don't think agility would really come into play when doing like grapple checks. So
No, it's just going to be fighting. So how does improved grapple work?
So normally when you're trying to grab somebody, you are vulnerable. Other people can shoot at you easier, or other people can hurt you easier. So I think improved grab just says like you're no longer vulnerable when you're grabbing somebody.
yeah, make grab attacks with one arm, not vulnerable while grabbing.
It's good. But that doesn't increase your chance to grab. So,
Yeah, it just makes you less of a target for others.
Yes.
which is good. And so what is your fighting?
also 2.
Okay.
So strength is 2, fighting is 2. And I think that's because I'm just not strong.
I'm thinking we want to maybe make a oh man, fighting is like a primary stat. I feel like we'd want to make you a glove that increases both of those by like at least 4.
Fighting, you don't really have much of a choice on. Like, fighting is just the check that you'd use to grab. So I guess you could maybe have the glove have like a bonus to limited to fighting, bonus limited to grabbing, and then a strength limited to holding. So you,
Yeah,
it's
those are
specified.
good limiters. Yeah.
So
It's like a clamp.
Reduces, yeah, so your glove would not help you lifting.
I want to call this the pterodactyl arm. Callum just swoops in and grabs you. He's gonna take you all the way up and drop you.
So those 2 limiters would cut the cost in half for each of the 2 stats. So if you wanted to add 4 ranks, it would normally cost 8. But if they're limited, it would bring them back down to 4. So it'd be 4 each. So it'd be 8 total for that device. 8 points.
Probably want it to be pterodactyl legs because pterodactyl arms are the wings.
Our wings.
Are you gonna grab with your legs?
I mean, you can't really grab with your wings if you're trying to fly away.
We'll just call it the
So I guess-
pterodactyl claw.
I would love to see Callum use his legs. Flies in with his legs and just grabs them and flies away.
It's got little grabbers on his legs.
What the hell is
Just
that?
looks like a claw machine or something. What the hell?
And you're being crushed by gravity to the ground while he picks you up.
Tear
Can
you
you
in
do
half.
that too? Can you like flatten people down
Draw
as
on
you go
quarter.
to grab them? Oh
Mhm.
my goodness.
It would be 8 points if you wanted to do 4 each. It's 8 points if they're limited.
Yeah. Okay, so each point costs a certain amount of research and then a certain amount of actual development,
Yeah.
right?
It's 1 hour of research and 4 hours of development per point.
So it's going to be 5 times 8? Okay. Well, that's going to take a couple days.
Yeah, that's 2 days. A little bit less, but 2 days for that device. And that's one-time use. So if he misses the grab, it's done.
I mean, it's... Okay. It's only one-time use? One grab?
Yep. 1 attempt and then it fails.
I mean, okay. I'm okay with this if you guys are, because I think that our plan B would just to be all-out brawl with them and take them down anyway.
No, I like this of just separate them. What would be the cost of making it like multiple uses, but like they have to be recharged or something?
Power points. You have to spend your character points on it.
What? That's a hefty cost for a one-time use.
Yeah, no, that's rechargeable.
Forever.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's kind of fun. Do I have
It's an
a couple
interesting
leftover power points?
You'd be really weak if it was only a couple, but because it costs 8 to do that. But it would be Caleb that would have to spend the points, not you.
Hmm.
Oh.
Are you all
So he
spent
could
on
invent
points?
something for me and then I would invest my points into it?
Yeah. And we would
Does
just
Callum
like
have
cheese.
points?
No,
I
I
see
Think so.
Jade has extra points. Everyone else doesn't.
Jade. Silly Billy.
So Jade has 5 points to spend on.
What? How'd that happen?
What?
I guess
I don't know, we
You never,
missed it.
you never did your level up then.
I guess.
It happened like 2 sessions ago. I think maybe you.
Did I do mine? I don't remember doing mine, but I believe
Yeah, I think we put yours in.
it's also
I think
very
we did.
easily that I could have not just totally forgotten that I did it. 'cause it's been
No,
2
I think
months.
we did yours during the session, like at the start of a session.
That could be.
Yeah, I remember. And then you and Luke got into it, and
There was a fight and I missed it.
nah, they got into all the details.
I know, it's just a joke.
I like the way you worded it too.
I'm just scared of Edward's book. I wouldn't want to be part of that.
Edward pulled out his book and they got into it.
I'd lose. That thing hits like a rocket.
Yeah. Man, if Callum had some points though, we could make you a permanent pterodactyl claw. Oof. That'd be so cool.
Caw!
Yeah.
I mean, I can just
grab...
start planning that as my next upgrade.
Because, I mean, seriously, all you do is you swoop down, grab them, and then just rocket 4,000 miles up into the stratosphere, and then just, they're done. You just move right back down.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so we know it's only Jade that can get extra points. Everything else that comes from Invention can only be one-time use.
I still think it's a good idea to at least get that started.
Yeah, let's just do it. So that'll take 2 actual days because we need to sleep, and then and we have a 14-day clock on something we don't even know. So I feel like 2 days is okay, but how much is it going to take for the device that Jade's going to use?
What's it do?
Well, we want it to unphase
Mary Miller.
Yeah. I'm also... It needs to be able to interact with phased in order to disable phased. We did this once before.
Yeah, there's a effects insubstantial
I think that's what
modifier.
We did before, I think. But we had a glove that just let us interact with, I think.
Yeah. I think because all we did was, in that case, is we simplified it and said 1 point is enough to do it.
Yeah, because we weren't trying to unphase the whole thing, I don't think. We were just trying to interact with it.
Yeah. Let me look at effects insubstantial. Okay, so you can apply the modifier effects insubstantial. 1 rank allows it to work at half its normal rank against insubstantial. 2 ranks allows it to function at full rank against them. So, for example, if you wanted to make her fists as they are work against Mary 1 time, it would be 2 points, which is good. Not too expensive.
Her fists as they are. Okay.
You punch real good.
Yeah.
I think that's her slogan, isn't it? I punch guys real good.
That was the failed one. That was my favorite one though. The crowd didn't like it, but she can still use it. So yeah. So to let Jade punch Mary Miller 1 time at full force, 2 points.
Is there no way to give it multiple chances?
Multiple 2 points.
I guess. Yeah. Okay.
So you'd invent several devices. So it'd be like you swap out a battery pack between punches or something.
Okay, let me see. I'm gonna do... The 2 points is gonna cost 10 hours, right? Well, I could probably spend a whole day, 20-hour day, and make 2 of those.
1 for each hand. Get 2 punches.
So she gets potential 2 tries, just in case.
But this is 2 tries to knock her out.
To disable her phasing?
This is just a punch.
Punching through? Oh, I see. Okay. No, I don't want to do that. I want to disable the phase.
Okay. Then you need Nullify. So let's look at Nullify. Nullify costs 1 point per rank. Effects insubstantial. Nullify does not require modifier to affect unsubstantial targets. That's nice.
Okay.
But it is an attack that you'd be basically giving her an entirely new power. Just like with strength, the more points in it, the stronger it is. How strong do you want this effect to be?
What's it going up against?
The insubstantial tech's rank that you don't know.
Okay.
Actually, I guess we could metagame this a little bit. Maybe you're smart enough to be like, this is how it works. It's 5 points.
It's technology. It's not a power, so.
Yeah. That's why I'm saying, yeah, maybe you understand how it works because you've built stuff that does this in the past. So
I mean, I kind of, yeah. I guess we didn't actually have that at Cooper Court, but
5 points per rank. It would be for 20 points. Is what the device does. It's 20 points to get completely incorporeal.
What?
Her insubstantial is 20 points.
So we would need some sort of nullify 20?
No. It's not 20. Okay. Sorry, I was mixing up the cost and the rank. It costs 20 points. It is rank 4. You roll your nullify rank against the effects rank. So it would be d20 plus 4 versus whatever nullify is plus d20.
She rolls against it, and she has a plus 4.
Right. So how high do you want to make this?
Well, 4 gets us on an even playing field, and then it's just the luck of the roll.
Yeah, then it's 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
There is
but
some
Jade
flaws.
Has luck.
Yeah, that's true. There are side effects that you can put on to nullify as well. Because you're essentially building a power. You could make a side effect attached to your device to make it cheaper. So, for example, it hurts Jade to use this device. Maybe it affects her as well. So like it does a damage to her when she uses it. But this side effect, this backlash or whatever that hits her, the shock that hits her, would reduce the cost of using the device. So maybe instead of spending 4, you can make it rank 8 for 4 points if you have it hurt Jade when she uses it.
Okay, so twice as effective.
At the cost of pain. Pay
Okay,
with
so-
your blood.
Are we saying it would take 4 points total for the crafting of this?
If you make it a 50-50 like
Okay.
even playing field with Nullify, yeah.
Right,
You can make it as high as you'd like.
because that'll take a whole day.
Right. 4 times 5, 20 days. Or 20 hours, yeah.
And it's only going to work once. I say, as long as you're okay with it, Jade, I say we double the effectiveness, but Jade takes damage.
And it doesn't have to be that. You can change it to a different side effect. Damage is just one. It could be maybe it gives her an affliction of some type or something. Maybe it makes her immobile.
She can't use her hands. They're made into fists. She can't grab things.
I don't know if that's enough.
They're like
I don't know.
Hulk gloves.
Does Jade use her hands for anything besides punching?
Picking locks. Flipping people off. That's a big one.
I mean,
Jade gets a say here. Do you have a preferred backlash that happens to you when you use this? But it has to be big enough to like actually count as a flaw.
are you
Can't be
talking
like
about
it.
like taking a bruise or something?
A bruise is like the bare minimum. I wouldn't say it's like guaranteed bruise. I'd say it's like a higher level attack against you, and you'd roll against it like it's a normal attack.
Yeah.
Like, it lowers your toughness to use these gloves.
Yeah, I would take that too. If it
Or
straight,
she can't teleport or something like that.
Oh, no. We can't have that. She needs to be able to teleport.
so like that would be immobile. So if it makes you immobile for a turn or something.
Nah, I think the goal is just to get her to be able to... I don't know. I think taking a damage whatever is fine, and you'll probably... Because Mary Miller's not strong. You just have to disable that device.
When you say take a damage, what does that mean?
So it'd be like an attack against you when you use the device. So you'd use it to disable her, but it also hurt you. Like it blows up after it gets used, and so you'd take a unavoidable attack.
It's an explosive punch.
Yeah.
It's like a falcon
You
punch.
use it-
Falcon punch.
Your hand literally explodes, and then
I guess.
hurt
I
her
mean,
as well as yourself.
I'll give it a try. I don't know.
So
Sure.
damage would be the side effect you'd want.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
I'm pretty strong.
And how many ranks do you want to put in this?
We're going to stick with the 4, which is going to make 8.
8, which is going to cost 4. Yeah.
That. Because that'll take me a day. And then that means that 2 days on Callum's, 1 day on hers. We got 3 days on inventing, and on the 4th day, we do our attack.
The Lord rest.
Rest. Yeah.
On the fourth
And
day,
then-
we ride.
Yes, we ride. And then, we got 10 days to whatever after that, so,
You're not making anything for Edward? Not like a super powered golden book or something?
You sharpen a book into a spear.
I mean, if you got an idea, Edward, I mean, yeah.
You talked about being able to make her hit things with her fists that are insubstantial. It's pretty easy. Like if I just hit her with a book and she's insubstantial, maybe she's just out cold, and then we don't need to worry about like nullifying.
If
Book
you're able
with a
to do that
high-tech
right
cover.
off the bat, I mean, that's great. My thinking was just that if she tries to run, Jade can teleport on top of her and punch her.
That's true.
That's all I'm thinking.
The device that that you're building for Jade is it will turn off her technology basically. So it will bring her back to this world, whatever you want to call it. So she'll basically just be a person. And I think the length of it says it's a little bit harsher than I will probably make it.
Yeah.
It says they can turn it right back on, which I think that's a little bit too limited. Why would you ever build a device that they can immediately just renew? I'll say it'll be 2 turns that it's down.
Two
So the turn that-
turns?
Yes. It'll be the turn that it hits, and then another turn, the turn of the person who it... So, like, Mary's turn twice before it turns back on.
Ooh.
I think that's
Yeah.
generous, too.
It's not bad.
It should be
Disable
her
for
next
2
movement
turns.
turn, but I'll give you 1 extra one. Her next movement should be to Like, the rules say her next movement will allow her to turn it right back on. But I'm giving you an extra, like, maybe she doesn't expect it or something, and it'll take her an extra, be like, wait, what's going on? Why can they hit me?
Okay.
So 2 turns of disabled for this device. Mary's turn, though. So if Jade turns it off, and she's, like, first in initiative, then everyone gets an attack 2 times.
I mean...
Assuming you're all targeting.
Yeah, I mean, Callum's gonna be busy. That just
Flying
leaves...
around at the speed of sound.
And we don't know if there will be, like, any other dudes to deal with, so... Is there any way we can increase the amount of turns?
No. You could make more devices. That's your other option.
Okay. Well, what do you guys think? I'm almost inclined to make another device, but we could just try it, I guess. But if...
And, like, there's a piece to invention that I may have skipped over. You can increase the speed in which you invent at the cost of it potentially failing. And the risk you run there is you may fail and not know that it failed until you use it.
Right. And like we did before, probably Edward will assist and will increase our odds.
Yeah, you get the Tony Stark and Bruce Banner building something together.
Alright, let's do it.
Well, like, okay, so we have Callum's device decided. We have how many Jade is going to have? They're going to be 4 points each, so that's 20 hours each.
Right. So if we do one device for each of them, it'll take 3 days.
It was 2 days for
Callum,
Callum's.
and
1 day for Jade. For the first one of Jade's. Were you going to get for a second one?
I don't think so, unless you guys think we should do a second one.
I think it would be
So
necessary. Genuinely think this will probably just be overkill for him.
Yeah, let's just do it. Let's just go.
What the check that you're going to make is that luckily Jade is lucky, I guess is your advantage here. You're going to roll +8 and she's going to roll +4 and whoever is higher.
Yeah.
If you don't roll higher, then her device just doesn't turn off and then the thing explodes.
Right, but Jade will use luck if it doesn't pan out.
If it doesn't work, so hopefully she doesn't roll like a 20 and then Jade misses it like 3 times.
If she
That's
rolls a
unlikely.
20, I'm gonna quit.
I'm done with this campaign.
No, it'll be fine. We'll figure it out. It's fine.
Okay. And then did you want to build Edward some book phasers or something?
Edward,
No, it's...
Phasing books.
did you request
Yeah.
book phasers for Christmas?
The effect's insubstantial, so you can make a book that hits someone that's phased for 2 points. But it'd be just one
so
hit.
like he could just book her through but then she would just be stuck in a phased state if she gets knocked out.
Are we fighting any other phased people while we're there?
Okay.
Because
Not that you know
it
of.
doesn't have to be her. For this other phased people, I just knock out one of the minions.
But you only get to do it once.
Yeah, once.
I might only need once.
Yeah. So, I mean, if we want to do that, like, that's fine, I guess. And if it was used to knock Mary out, then maybe we could finish the fight, and then we could all get ourselves these devices, and then deal with her that way.
And maybe as a backup, you build a glove that can interact and just click the button to turn it off. In case she's knocked out next to you, you could just be like, doop, now it's off, I can touch you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. What's that? That would require the 2 points.
It's just 1. 2 points is like a full-on attack. Since you're just interacting, it's just 1 point.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so is Edward getting anything?
Do you want that, Edward?
I don't.
I'll
I
make it
mean,
for you.
if we're tight on time, don't worry about it. If it's no extra time, sure, why not?
Right now we're gambling with our time because we have no idea what happens in 14 days.
And also, you can double the speed of any of these inventions at the cost of it might not work.
We'll get there when we get there.
We're almost there.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to get the list of everything you're inventing.
Right. So we might add an extra day to make Edward some book phasers and a little glove to just twist the knob.
Is there anything that we can do to roll to assist in these checks? Or to
Edward
assist
will.
in, like, speeding these up? Just Edward? Because he's the only one with the high enough tech.
Yeah, and then you guys will have 3 days to something.
Yeah, you can't use it, because if you use it, it blows up, so... you won't be able to know if it works for sure. Unless... the device is low enough level, I guess.
Okay, well, I guess let's do some rolls. Get these devices made.
Yeah.
Do you have an invention rank?
Yes, I do. And it is plus 11. I have expertise in inventing. And then, if I remember right, Edward has some points in...
I have points in
assisting.
technology. I see.
Yeah.
Or are you talking about the advantage assist or whatever? What's
Yeah,
it
you have
called?
that too. I've got 13.
Advantage. What is my advantage? Teamwork. +5 to team checks, and then technology is my other one that I think might be relevant.
DC is the rank plus 10. So for the first device, it was +4.
So DC
which cost. Wait. It was rank. You wanted to do +4 and +4, which is 8. 8 points, right?
Yeah, why did we do... Oh, yes, because of the fighting and the strength. Got it. Yep. So, yes.
8 points.
So,
Which-
is
8
that
times
going
5
to...
is 40 hours. Yeah. Okay, so the first roll is to check whether or not invention works, and it's a DC 18.
Or is it 2 DC 14s?
No,
Okay.
it's DC 18, and you can...
And what is
This will take-
what am I using? My plus 11 or my technology? Sorry, my inventing or my technology? Or both?
Your invention is what you'll use. Edward will roll technology to get your bonus.
And then it's
with
my
teamwork.
invention plus my roll?
Right.
Okay.
And the first roll that you're going to make is to determine whether or not like your schematic works.
Yep.
So this will take 8 hours.
Cool. And then, so we do Edward's rolls first, right?
It doesn't really matter, but yeah.
Okay, roll one time then.
Yeah, your technology plus your teamwork.
Technology plus teamwork.
That's not a roll.
Oh, bad. Nat 1.
Wait, but it's just your technology plus your teamwork, right?
Okay, yeah, my technology's
Plus
8.
the roll.
So total of 9, and then teamwork is... Where is that under... No, it's under advantages. Teamwork is +5 on teamwork checks. So that is a total of 14.
Okay, what's that get him?
I'm going to say none.
Yep, sorry. Bad luck.
No bonus?
No bonus. Yep.
Okay, well, I'll still roll anyway. I'm not too worried about
Yeah.
this check. It'll be fine.
So this is 8 hours if you fail. Or you can make it be full 4 hours if you want to make it a DC 23.
I'm not too... Well... Okay, let's gamble. Sure. We'll
So-
speed our time up.
This will take 4 hours. and
After I
if you-
failed? Dang.
I have a plus 11. I only have to roll like a 12.
That's
Note here, though.
less than
if
a
you fail-
50% chance.
Yeah.
If you... Wait, I think we... Wait. I think I rolled for you last time.
Oh, you roll for me. Then I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, because there's...
'Cause I don't
if
get
you
to know.
fail, yes. If
Yeah.
you fail by a lot, then you will think it works, but it doesn't.
Yeah, okay, just leave it the regular and just go
Okay,
ahead and
DC
do my...
18.
Yep.
Okay, DC 18.
But with a plus 11. So you need to roll
DC
a
18 is what... Yeah. So I'll roll
You
a
need to roll a 7 or
plus
higher.
11. And a DC 18 means you will always know if it fails. Because you have to fail by 10 to not know. Okay, it works. So 8 hours later, you have a working schematic for this device.
Cool. And now I get to roll the next one?
I think you mean a prototype, but yes.
No.
Schematic?
You have a blueprint.
Oh, he doesn't have the device itself. I thought you meant... Okay.
He's designed
So you
it,
have
now
your
he needs
blueprint.
to construct.
Yeah, now you construct it. Now, the other 32 hours, the majority of the task, DC 18, I'm guessing Edward's going to try to redeem himself.
Yep. Do you want me to roll again?
Okay. Yep.
Okay. I rolled an 8, and then
Nice.
so 8 on technology, and so plus 30, 21.
Okay, 21 will get you a +5.
Nice. So, plus 5 to what I'm doing, right? Okay. Let me know what I need to...
Okay, so that's what now, +16?
And the DC is 18?
Yeah.
Do you roll this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you
Well,
want to make it twice as fast, so 16 hours instead of 32, at the chance that to up the difficulty to 20 23.
Okay, so that would put you at a difficulty. You'd have a effective DC 7 instead of a DC 2. Basically, you have to roll a 7 or higher, and we gain like what?
16 hours back.
Sure.
Okay. I got a 4.
You.
Construction failed. Down 16 hours. Gonna try again?
Yep.
Okay, so you're 1 day down. There's 1 day. Okay, trying again. You want Edward.
I'm assisting again. Okay. I roll 15, and so plus 13 with the teamwork is a 28.
All right, +5.
Is plus 5 the best I can do?
Yes.
I say we keep the difficulty high. We gamble on it. You have to roll a 7 or higher, and then we'll have effectively constructed it in the same amount of time.
I rolled an 18.
Yay!
Okay,
Let's
so
go.
So we didn't lose any time.
Yeah, you didn't lose any time.
We just cried a little.
You're like, that didn't work. Let's try again.
Okay.
Okay, so you're, what, 3 days, 2 days in? 30 hours? Is that right?
Yeah, wait 2 days, and now...
8 plus 16 plus, yeah, it's 32. Yeah, so 40 hours in. 32 plus 8.
Yeah, next device. DC 14, go.
Me
Edward,
again?
Go.
Yep, okay. Fell off the table. 13 plus 13, 26.
All right, plus 5. There's a DC 14.
Right.
That's a guaranteed.
But
You want,
if we speed it up,
yeah. So this
it'd
one,
be DC 19.
which device is this?
This is Jade's device. It's a
Oh,
4.
the one that hurts her. The exploding gauntlet.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, 4 hours for invention definitely works. So you have your schematic. So you're 44 hours in. Now construction. Edward.
Am I rolling again? Yep. 16 plus 13, 29.
Nice.
Anything in the high 20s is a 5.
Yep.
So you're at a plus 16 with his help.
Right.
And you're rolling at a DC 14, so it's a guaranteed win. Do you want to half the time?
Right.
To
If we
make it
half the
not-
time, it makes it like a DC 19, which puts us at a roll of 3 or higher. Yeah, so yeah,
Yeah.
let's do it.
Okay, and then you'll save.
Unless you roll a 2.
Well, I'll just roll first. I rolled a 1.
No, you
That
didn't. No,
You are
you
lying.
didn't. Oh my god.
You want to try again?
Yeah, we'll try again, and we'll keep it double time, just like we did the last one, so that we don't actually...
Wait till you
Okay,
see
so
what
this
my
one-
assistance roll is first. Okay, so
Oh, yeah.
rolling it. Yeah.
Nat 20, go.
I rolled a 13 again. 26. Yeah.
Rolling again. 12. Okay, so that's a success. You tried speeding up and it just didn't work twice in a row.
I blame Luke.
Yeah. I rolled 4 the
True.
first time that failed. Needed a 7 or higher, and then a 1 needed a 3 or higher. So that was 40 hours plus 10 hours. So you're at 50 hours in. Plus sleep, you're at probably 3 days.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Then Edward's stuff or done?
Yeah, Edward wants his stuff.
All right. So at 12, go ahead and roll Edward to make your book phasers.
16, so 29.
All right. That's a guaranteed success.
We're gonna double the time on this, because if you roll a nat 1, we still win.
I rolled an 18. So good.
Fudge. Crushed it.
So that turns 2 hours down to 1 hour. So you saved
Yep.
an hour.
Yep.
Heck yeah.
51 hours. And then invention, or like creation, construction, that's the word.
Yep.
Edward.
That is a 5, so plus 13 is 18.
It's 2.
Sorry, my help was not quite as good there.
That's okay.
They're at a plus 13. Do you want to do double time? It's a DC 12, so
No.
no.
I don't trust you. You have to roll higher than like a 4.
It's 8 hours if we do normal time.
Yeah, I mean...
4 hours for double.
Yeah, but you'd have to roll higher than a 4.
Do you think I can do it?
I don't think so. I mean...
So regular time?
Okay, fine. Maybe a third time's a charm. Let's try it.
Okay. Double time.
It'd be really funny.
I rolled a 7.
Hey, we
I
got
was
it.
gonna say,
All right.
think of the comedy value if he fails again.
Okay, that means we still have enough time in this day for the
You're at,
one-pointer.
what, 55. Yeah, 55 hours.
We still have enough time in this final day, in this 4th day, to invent the one-pointer, like, to be able to just turn the knob off or whatever.
Okay.
What is that, like a
It's
glove or whatever?
At 11, yeah. At 11, and you have a plus 11.
You want me to roll 2? See, we can
yeah.
reduce the time to he can create it instantly if I roll well.
Half hour.
I rolled a 6, so plus 13 is 19.
So that's plus 2.
Yeah, that's a 2. Yeah. You got plus 13, and it's a DC 11.
Yep. You can double time it. That'll put it at a DC 16, so you have to roll a 3 or higher.
I got a 9.
Okay.
So that's another half hour, and then for construction is, 4 hours? Or you could half it to 2.
Yep, halving it to 2. You gotta roll a 3 or
Edward.
higher. Oh, he has to do that. Yeah, he has to roll again.
Okay, natural 1, so total of a 14.
0.
Yeah, whatever. That means... Well, you'd have to roll... Because I have 11, it'd be 16, you have to roll a 5 or higher. Yeah, fine.
I got 18. You're good.
Sweet.
Okay, so that's 2.5. That's what, 50... I'm trying to remember the last number we had. 55 and a half or something like that? 6, we'll say.
So it took us 4 days.
3 days, and then, yeah, we'll say 4 with sleep. Yeah.
Are we good to actually head out at the end of the 4th day?
Yeah, I'm assuming everybody else is prepping while you're sitting in your, lab making the...
Yeah.
So, next session, we do a Nemesis warehouse raid, I guess.
That'll be the night of the 4th day.
Look
All right.
to the
Of
east.
the day
Is
after
there-
tomorrow.
Anything else you want to do to prep for this assault?
I feel like we should decide that after the recap next time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it. This is the conclusion of the last arc that I had prepared for that we skipped.
It's just in the middle of a total, storm.
Yeah. And then you're like, wait a second. That tech would be mighty handy.
Who's the
It
real
would.
nemesis now?
It's honestly surprising we didn't think about this as an idea before of oh, fudge. Yeah, we've been having issues with them breaking in with their tech. Why don't we just go take that tech and then use it to break in?
I mean, I don't
Sound
think we
ideas.
I know, but we haven't had the time to even get that sort of clarity. This is the moment. It's just taken us a few sessions to do it. Because we're at the hideout now, oh, what do we do? Go settle our debts.
All right. I think we're good there. That's a good spot to call it. And this concludes episode 53, Shifting Phases. Of course, thank you for taking the time to listen to Golden Squad. We love you. Always happy to have you around. If you haven't recently, maybe share us out to your friends or people who might be interested in audio dramas and podcasts. In the next episode, Golden Squad has planned and prepped for the raid on the warehouse that Mary Miller and Jonathan Martin have been hiding in. See what awaits them as they stake out the facility, with the ultimate goal of rescuing Danielle and saving Phi. Will Golden Squad achieve their goal of stealing Mary Miller's tech? Find out next time. See you then.